squeeze over there?
Yeah, squeeze.
You want to sit right there? Since everybody can see you a little bit better because you can't even see it.
I got to chime in there. Hi.
Special intro.
Yeah. Just an intro.
Man, we listen all week. So you like you're pretty much listening.
Mm-hmm.
So you can let us know if we clear.
Right. Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna go ahead and start it.
You watching already?
You sure you want to get over there, man? It might be better, man.
Yeah, we gotta be close to the mic anyway. Yeah, you might as well start it up. We got viewers.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is alive and well. I hope you guys had a good night at work if you worked with us. And not only that, if you're on your way to work or you're working, we hope you have a good day. All right, today we have a special guest over here. Our buddy over here, Joe Esposito from Oregon Avenue, Article 22-2. Joe, why don't you tell him a little bit about yourself, man?
Well, I started UPS in 1993. Was a shop steward for off and on for that time. I've worked down the airport. I've worked at Oregon Avenue. And I've seen the split between the people get wider and wider.
Right.
As the contracts came up. Most about pay rate, part-timers working full-time, but still being considered part-time and not getting the wages that they're due.
Right. See if your mic is on. Is it on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, Joe, there's people have some little concerns. I won't say concerns, but they know when you put all that stuff on Facebook, they're like, oh man, why is he putting all that out there? And what I tell people is this: they may not understand now the reason why you put it up there, but if you look at it from a holistic perspective and not just looking at it right now, but look at it in the future. If you give someone with your talent and ability, say a business agent or an officer job, that would come in handy. Because especially if you're in a panel hearing, company on this side, union representatives on this side, and the arbitrator, and with your ability to make sure everything is crystal clear and the information is intact, I think that would...
Thundercats!
Look at the now, but look what it could be in the future. Also, we have the strike authorization papers that just came out. Did you fill yours out?
I voted yes.
Glad you got you put yours in?
Of course I voted yes, just like I told them at the meeting on Sunday. And again, we still have no answers.
Right.
Well, we have the answers. E-Board didn't have the answers.
Right.
So I just want to bring up, because the question came up to me today about the insurance. And we will continue to have insurance because it's a union-backed strike.
Right.
So please don't worry about the insurance. Even though our E-Board couldn't confirm it, it's been confirmed.
Right.
We will have insurance.
Right. Because like was said, way to about 2013 when it was giving us this team care stuff, I remember specifically the team care rep said that we would have it because we were no longer with the company plan. Because if you're out on strike with the company plan, you won't have any benefits because you're no longer working for the company. But since we are with the union plan, we would have them because we're on strike with the union. So that makes perfectly sense. And for those guys not to tell us that or be reminded of that, it's a problem.
The biggest problem is that in 97, a lot of people wasn't here in 97. So a lot of us don't know exactly how it works as far as the strike goes. So we look to people who we consider our leaders to guide us through this process. We have gotten no answers from nobody in our leaders. If to take that position, you have to take everything that comes with it.
Right.
You have to prepare your people for the possibility of a strike, and you have to give them a way to get through it. And you have a lot of people looking, asking questions, and there's no reason why 2 months from the end of the contract that there's no answers coming from the union hall.
Right. Now, if you haven't gotten it yet, this is what for all my Facebook Live viewers, this is what the envelope looks like. You see that? Yeah. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like when it comes to your house, right? Now, the front of the paper is going to look like this here. That's the instructions. Now, when you turn over to the back, it'll give you the phone numbers, who to call, well, not who to call, but the numbers to call to cast your vote if you're doing it by phone call. And then there's a website also on there that you could type in and vote that way. Yes or no, it's just that simple. You don't have to worry about, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to, none of that stuff. So that's how it looks when you get it. Make sure you take advantage of it. They have to be in by, was it June 2nd?
June 3rd.
June 3rd. And so make sure when you get it, do the right thing. If you don't get one by this weekend, make sure you call the local union hall, 215-289-0580. All right. And we want to give a big shout out to WOOM 92.9 for letting us come and do this show. South Philly Community Radio. They didn't have to do this, but we appreciate what they're doing for us so we can spread this message of positivity, productivity, and purpose. And Joe, what you think, man? What you think about that meeting on Saturday, man? Because you was livid, man. You were almost as dark as me.
I think that it's a shame and an embarrassment that people who have a six-figure salary that need to ask for our vote to authorize a strike didn't have the most basic answers ready, such as how much you're going to get paid, whether the benefits will continue. As a matter of fact, that's a common theme in our meeting.
Yes.
A lot of answers or questions get asked, not a lot of direct
Thunder! 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 Thundercats! Oh!
Leadership does not update about what goes on at UPS.
Right.
What kind of violations is UPS doing? How are they violating us? How are they stealing from us, really? Because we all have a contract.
Yes.
We all know that that's giving us personal property rights under state law. And UPS chooses to ignore it.
Right.
They continuously violate it.
Right.
How many grievances does your center file? According to the rumors and reports, it was like 5 a day down Oregon Avenue. And that's just in the preload center.
Right.
How many more grievances are filed on local?
Right.
That's really what we need to know.
What's going on? Hey, we just got another special guest here. Our trustee, Nathan Jumbo Daniels. Jumbo, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself, man? They see you. Tell them a little bit about yourself out here.
Good morning. I want everybody to know that I was elected as trustee, but I'm not with Unity. I'm with 623 Lives Matter.
Right.
Actually, I'm for the people.
Yeah.
I fight for the people, and we got to vote yes this time on the strike vote.
Right. Right.
That's about it.
Right. Now, if you guys got a moment, everybody that's watching and everybody that's listening, if you got a moment, I want you to see something. Now, I was upstairs working last night, and there was one of the members. They were concerned that Jumbo was with the incumbents because that was their first meeting they attended, and they saw him up there and they didn't know what was going on. So, like he said, he's still with us. He's still with the members, just like we are. But if you got a moment, I would like you guys to look up Teamsters Local 623 www.teamsters.org and hit the link where it says members. Okay. Hit the link and on the members and staff, and you will see how there is no unity. Even though that's the name of their team, there's no unity. This man has been a trustee elected by the people for almost 2 years. 2 years, and they have not put his picture up there to show the membership that he was elected. Now that's a problem. That is a problem. It's one thing to preach unity, have your name be unity, but then when it comes time to show it, no one sees it, and that's a problem. But getting back to this contract situation, what y'all think about it, man? What you think you gonna get a good deal?
I think the important issues here, Richard, are to make sure that part-timers who work full-time are classified properly, that equal pay, the starting pay for part-timers is the same all across the country instead of mixed up. That's $14 in Harrisburg, I just found out today, $15 in other places according to Teamsters United in their conference call. It's a big deal.
Right.
You know, and that's the minimum wage standard that's going to be in Seattle and in Pittsburgh, and the Teamsters are, you know, collecting dues for a minimum wage pay. It needs to be up a little higher. I would say $18.75, right? The starting rate when you start as full-time.
Right.
You know, everybody starts off the same, and then you got to go to some different idea there, but something's got to happen.
I agree.
I think that they should address full-time jobs. Here's the thing. They always complain about staffing, not enough people, turnover rate is very high, and you have Teamsters who work very hard 15, 20 years, and they still waiting to get full-time. There's ample opportunity to go full-time, so there's no reason why we shouldn't get these full-time jobs. 2002 was the last contract we got that was pretty good. We got a lot of full-time jobs in that contract. 2008 we got none. 2013 we got 75. We need a lot more full-time jobs at the airport and Oregon Avenue. That should definitely be addressed in these upcoming negotiations.
$15 an hour on a new contract. That's where they're going to start the part-timers at, right? So what happens to my part-timers that been there when we start off at $8? Every part-timer in San Jumbo is unfair. It is unfair. They're not going to get a bump. They're not going to get anything, right? So people who've been there like a year, they're saying, Jumbo, I should quit and start over again. I start at $15 an hour. Not only that, Article 22.3, preloads. I've talked to a lot of people, and we should be paid $2 or $1 less than drivers. Preloads is a really, really bad job, and it's just not fair. You know, not only that, 623 Oregon Avenue and the airport. Our E-board says your seniority doesn't mean anything. The E-board said that we should be lucky we're working 40 hours.
And just to touch on what Jumbo was just saying just now, like I said before, they should be lucky to have us. There's a lot of hard-working teams at UPS, and we are underappreciated, overworked, and underappreciated.
Yeah, I agree. We are. So that's why you guys got to vote yes on this strike authorization vote. You got to vote yes, because we have to send the company a message, and we have to send our officials a message. But it can't just be barely making it on this strike vote. It has to be a real big turnout, because if it's close from yes or no, I'm telling you, what they're going to try to do is, in my opinion, what they're going to try to do, if it's close, they might tweak something here and tweak something there just to get it passed. But if it's an overwhelmingly no, they're going to have to really look at the whole thing. So you guys have got to vote yes on this strike authorization. You got to do it. Now, another thing that happened on Saturday that we keep running into, a lot of the members, and you know what? Shout out to Kelly, Small Sewer. I want to give you a shout out for all the hard work behind the scenes you've been doing, educating the members upstairs in the Small Sewer SLS. I told you I was going to give you a shout out, man. I appreciate it. We appreciate what you're doing, and especially being a part-timer. You know, that's the key. You know, we need more part-time participation. But like I said, getting back to what happened on Saturday now, it was a good showing of solidarity in that meeting. The rank and file members, man, they finally came together, and our e-board didn't know what to do. And I know all you guys saw that. Everybody that was in the audience was on one accord. Everybody had a lot of questions.
Thunder! 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 Thundercats! Ho!
We couldn't get any answers from the membership. We couldn't get, from the leadership. We couldn't get any. And then when we did get them, it was all like attacking us. Even one member even said, I'm not gonna call his name because I know he was frustrated when he said it. But there's a lot of people that think this way. And he said, he got up and he walked out and he said, I hope this becomes a right to work state, because if it does, I won't have to pay you guys for doing what you guys are doing now. And I know he didn't mean it. He was frustrated because we all were. But that is a situation that goes on in everybody's mind. If this place comes right to work, a lot of people are going to opt out. And it's a shame. The first thing they're going to blame is the politicians. You're going to blame Trump. They're going to blame this guy and that guy. But if you do your job, you ain't got to worry about not getting paid for it. And what you guys think about that?
I think the National Labor Relations Act speaks well on this. They're supposed to provide mutual aid and protection. That's why we got in the union.
Right.
They have a job and a duty.
Right.
Right. It's not about fair representation. It's about a duty to represent a member's grievance,
right,
to make them whole for contract infractions, to stop the theft that goes on, stop the misclassification that goes on, get unity to do their job, post the full-time jobs that are constantly getting spread on rumors that are there, be it down Oregon Avenue, be it down at the airport. Part-timers are working 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. And they say, oh, wait a minute, we can't make them put a full-time job up. Come on. It's
right,
getting out of hand.
Right.
Something's got to be done. In the state of Texas, you work 32 hours a week. You consider full-time. So now what do we got going on here? We got guys doing that and not getting it. We got part-timers working 8-hour days and not getting a full-time day off.
Right.
You know, what's with that? It's got to stop.
Right.
There needs to be some way to calculate. Those guys that want to work need to get compensated more when they take off. Personal days, vacation, sick time. They need to get treated like a full-time if they work like a full-time.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree.
And that's why one of the biggest things that needs to be negotiated is full-time jobs. Like Joe said, the jobs are there. So if you have a part-timer who's working full-time hours, he's being short. He's not getting a full-time pension. He's not getting the full-time pay. And that needs to stop. If he's working full-time hours, he should be getting a full-time pay and a full-time pension.
I want to say that UPS at this current time, or I'm going to say Big Brown at the airport, is doing right by the part-timers. What happened is any part-timer that works TWA can work midnight. Some part-timers have been getting up to 45 hours. But there's a lot of part-timers that does not want to work. The work is there. Now, they also said that any part-timer on the preload can work to midnight. Part-timers not showing up. There's work there, and they saying you can work. So, now's the time to get it. So, they're doing right by the part-timers.
Like another thing to touch on that, again, there's like Jumbo said, there's a lot of work there, so there should be also a lot of full-time jobs in this next contract. There's no reason why you have people with 15, 20 years that got to wait with 15, 20 years for a full-time job. Then you got to wait another 4 years for progression. And then, by that time,
time to retire.
It's time to retire.
Time to retire.
And how can you get a full-time pension when you got to work 25 full-time years and it take you 25 years to get there?
To get the full-time job.
So you got to wait 50 years. 50 years to get a full-time pension. That's a disgrace.
It's bad, man. This whole situation is bad, and but we're going to continue to fight for you guys, and because we really care. This is not about anything. This is about the members of Local 623, man. We love you guys. That's why we do what we do, man, because we really want you guys to understand that this is not about any type of class or classification or trying to move up. this is about the members. Always been about the members, and that's what it's always going to be. So like I was saying, this past Saturday, a lot of members called me, and they text me, they talked to me at the at work, and they was upset how our principal officer disrespected me and my family. And I just want you guys to know I'm not upset. I wasn't mad, because he was, if you look at it, he was right. He was right in what he said. He told me that I was at fault for the tears that my wife and my daughter had, and he was right, because I trusted the e-board. I believed in what they were saying. I trusted the leadership. And I'm going to tell you something from personal experience. You never know the true cost of loyalty until you experience the price of betrayal. I'm telling you, man, they betrayed all of us. All of us, they did. And so for him to say that, man, he was right. He was right. I believed him. And that's what I get for trusting people who only care about themselves. And and the other party said that I need to do take better care of my family. And he was right again about that. He was right again. I do. And the only way that we can do that is by getting a better contract, because that's how we take care of our family. So in order to take better care of my family, we got to make sure that he does not only Shanahan and the rest of that slate, we got to make sure him, Hoffa, Halls, Taylor, we got to make sure that they never negotiate another contract for us. That's the only way we're going to be able to take better care of the people that mean the most to us. And for him to say that, yeah, it was a low blow, but now you guys see what kind of man he is. Not only a man, but what kind of leader he is. And I'm not worried about it. I appreciate everybody that was saying, man, that was messed up, all the calls and texts. I appreciate it, but that's who he is. It's not going to change us or who we are. We're still going to continue to fight, and we're going to continue to do what we always been doing. I see Espo got his book out, so I guess he get ready to pull something out. Not going to put nothing out?
I don't want to touch on that, though.
All right.
You know what? Me and you don't disagree on a lot of things, but the one thing I'm going to disagree with,
right,
that comment about the family should have never made its way
I agree.
into that.
I agree with that.
Fact of the matter is, we all have a contract, and we all have to live by it. But to put somebody's personal relationship with his family on blast like that was wrong. You can talk about the man and talk about the job that he did, but you don't put nobody's family involved in it. You don't do that. You can say it's right, but I disagree.
You know me, I gotta put a positive spin on everything. You just can't be negative. You can't be like those guys.
The principal officer, he was out of order. He never attacked anybody's family, no matter what. I mean, no matter how bad it get, you don't attack another member's family. You understand what I'm saying? You get paid to represent the members. And Saturday, he did not represent the members. Richard Hooker is owed an apology from the principal officer.
Nah, man, I don't even want it. I don't even want it.
I just want to talk about the grievance process. Right here we have grievance 8421 filed on October 26, 2017. And somehow this job, to get full-time jobs for those people down at Oregon Avenue who have been working full-time for the longest time, is still unresolved. They need to get their act together and address the issue. It should have been docketed months ago. I don't need to be present at the hearing. It needs to get done. You need to do some work, earn that 6 figures, get the records from the company, which you're entitled to, and get it done.
Right. I agree, man. And that's the issue with a lot of. That's why people don't like to file grievances, because the process is broken. It takes a long time. You said that was 2017. 2017. What month in 20? It don't even matter if it was 2017. This is May.
October 2017. October.
That's what, like, about 9 months.
Yeah. Now, again, I'm going to disagree, because the grievance process is there. It's just not being enforced.
Right. I agree with that too.
We have a contract.
Right.
In the contract, we know what it says about how long it takes to sit down the grievance.
Right.
We know how long it takes.
But why it don't happen?
Like I said, it's not being enforced. I mean, the only thing we can do is put them in.
That's why it's broken.
That's all we can do. We can put them in.
Right.
That's why it's broken.
Yeah.
That's why it's broken right there. If they have a duty to represent you, and that duty, when you file this contract, when you file this grievances here, because I have many, 13 right now, not finished. Summer is basically because the seniority that's getting posted down for the twilight and the midnight. Still ain't posted. In April, said they got the list, but it ain't posted. It ain't happening. They delay, they wait for labor to come around, do what they got to do, instead of just docking it and say, listen, you didn't meet in 10 days. You're untimely. You got to, we can't make this resolved. We're going to dock this. We're going to get the necessary funds to present that case and make it happen. That's why grievances get shorter. That's why double time isn't always paid out. These are the problems that are going on here. Real issues, real money for our members,
Right.
getting kicked right back to UPS because they didn't do the job.
Right. Right.
And one thing Joe is right about, you got to look at it this way. When a supervisor works, let's say he works an hour, and then you sit down on the grievance, you put it in, the contract says you get paid in that hour at double time. If we keep getting half of that or 25% of that, the company wins. So that's why we can't stop the suits from working, because the penalties need to be enforced the way the contract reads.
I agree.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what it needs to do.
Yeah.
And if it's not going to be enforced, it's not going to stop. I just had a hearing on Twilight today. I started at 10:30. They said, you want to do this hearing, you want to come in at 5.
So
I did that.
Now let me get this right. Now you start at 10:30, right? So the company try to be funny, have you come in at 5:30 for a grievance.
They said if I want to hear my grievance, I had to come in at 5:30.
5 hours earlier.
And I was there at 5:30. And the thing is, I told them the grievance was for 2 hours. One of them was for 2 hours. One was for an hour. If you're not going to pay what it says at double time, then we move it up. Simple as that. You want me in at 5:30? You're going to pay what that grievance says.
It's not just about that. It's make sure he gets paid. He gets paid for the presentation and processing of grievances. And once they put him on the clock at 5:30, they got to pay him for the entire day till he's done. No split shifts. It's in the contract.
Once again, E-Board, nowhere to be found. I mean, they're nowhere to be found. They only show up when they want to show up, when it benefits them. But next year, 2019, they will be at the gate saying, vote for me, which is like, it's unfair. That's why we need the part-timers to vote yes for the strike. Part-timers have to vote. Part-timers say, I don't vote because the union only care about the full-timers. Well, right here, these 4 guys right here, we care about the part-timers. Yeah. We will fight for you no matter what.
No matter what. I agree.
And it's been a lot of talk about the name 623 Lives Matter. The way the name came about, me and Richard Hooker, we got 12 shirts. It wasn't a slate name at the time. We got 12 shirts. And the name means 623 Lives Matter, means every member of 623 Lives, of the local 623, matter to us. Whether you're full-time, whether you're part-time, whether you've been there 1 year, whether you've been there 40 years. You matter to us. Locals, any member of Local 623 matter to us. That's the meaning of the name.
Right. I agree. That's what this is about. It's about bringing back what unions are supposed to mean to our local. Our local will be 100 years next year, and we don't want to end. We don't want to begin the next 100 years the way this is ending right now. The members are not happy. There's a big divide between the leadership and the membership. And of course they always want to blame. It's always political, but concessions are not political. If you voted for us or if you voted for them, concessions hurt everybody. Everybody. It don't matter, who you side you with. You like this person, you like that person. Concessions hurt everybody. They are not political. They hurt you. They hurt me. They hurt Jumbo, Espo. They hurt Kelly. They hurt Raphael. Raphael right now is stuck in a progression where he is losing. Him and James Romeo, Ray Lofton, all these guys are losing about $20,000. $20,000. Now, how is that fair? How is that fair?
And I'm going to take it to another level. The progression of the members of those members he just named. Imagine how many other members across the country are losing that much money.
Right.
And when you when you look at the automation all these new buildings that's being built, everything that's being built is being built with that money
Right.
that
Right.
we gave away.
Right.
So you look at it that way. So if that's not a concession, I don't know what it is.
Right.
We're paying for them to build these new buildings. We're paying for all their new trucks. We're paying for all these new scanners, and actually we're paying for them to get rid of certain jobs. Because with automation, we're going to lose jobs.
Right.
So all these concessions we got to vote no to, and it has to stop now.
You know, I got a quick question for you two guys. You two guys was around in 97, right?
Nah, well,
I was.
You were? All right. Explain to the rest of the membership that's listening and people that's watching what goes on in a strike. You know, what happens, what take place, just in case we do. You know, tell them. You know what you experienced during the strike.
What I experienced was they told me that I wasn't going to work the next day, so I wasn't there when Jim Merritt came in and told everybody to walk out.
Right.
That the next day I asked, what are we striking about? And you really couldn't get any answers, just like now. Couldn't get any answers. Everybody was saying it was about the full-time pensions. If it was about the full-time pensions, I'm losing money. I'm losing money drastically. At $26,000 plus a year, when you work a full-time year, that's 80 hours, people. 80 hours. You're getting $120 for $26,000 a year. We're going in the negative for these new members that are coming in, paying top dollar for a pension benefit and not getting it. So there needs to be something different. You know, Unity needs to step up and think of a different way to invest our retirement money so it's there for us, not a broken system. Because anybody that wants $120 a year for 26 grand, you can go to any financial investor. They'll gladly probably give you that because it's chicken. It's chicken scratch. It's not a real benefit.
Chicken scratch.
Chicken scratch. You know what I mean?
I hear
You'd be like, yes. Whoa, wait a minute. I need money in my pocket when you're older. Like, wait, that's right. It got wasted. Don't know what happened.
all right, so the IBT negotiating the contract for expired July 2018. All right, President Donald Trump gave a tax break to all companies. Big Brown didn't give us anything. U.S. Airways, they gave their members $1,000 bonus. Waste Management gave their members $2,000 bonus. Walmart gave their members $1,000 and more maternity leave and better health care. Big Brown didn't give us anything. So what is the IBT negotiating?
I mean, whatever they negotiating is not for us. They proved that in 2013. Those guys haven't been back here at all. They haven't been here since that whole big rah-rah parade. You know, we're not gonna pay this and all this stuff. You know, they haven't been back. I remember not long ago when Tom Wolf was running for governor, and I think me and you talked about it, Espo. Hoffa was down the street from the airport at the Liquor Control Board, right down the street from the hub. Right down the street from the hub. And wasn't even man enough to go and say, hey, look, I'm sorry, I apologize for what I did. None of that stuff. You know, these guys don't care nothing about us. They don't care nothing about our families. You know, it's bad when you can't even tell the difference between the company and our leaders. And the first thing that they want to do is blame us.
So let me interrupt you. So you also need to tell them why you're talking about 2013. Explain that we was on different sides of the aisle.
Right.
And we seen County
Right.
Brown.
Not right. Like Jumbo said. Now, 2013, me, all of us, Jumbo, probably Espo, because you was with Jumbo and them too, right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, all of us wasn't on the same on the same team. We saw we was on. We didn't see eye to eye. You know, we thought the whole vote no guys. We thought something was wrong with them. You know, these guys don't know what they're talking about. E-boy told us that Jumbo couldn't even read. He don't even know what he's talking about. I mean, it was bad. You know, they straight up, and we believed them. You know, we believed what they were saying. We didn't do what we were supposed to do as, you know, as Teamsters. You know, research the information. We believed those guys. Like I said, you know, we was at odds with Jumbo and the rest of the team he was on. You know, nothing they could say to us, we didn't want to hear it. We didn't believe it. You know, but it's something about, like I say, when you find out for yourself, it changes your whole perspective about what's really going on. It changes you, man. And, you know, when you see certain things, like I never forget, when I saw, man, my little girl, man, and I couldn't be there for her because of this whole insurance stuff, and I had to make a decision on, you know, man, that was a painful painful reality to know that my leadership would rather, lie to me, lie to my family, lie to all of us, just to stay in office. Just to stay in office. They would rather that happen just to stay in office, and that's a problem, because we all are Teamsters, we all are supposed to be one, and for all the stuff that happened in 2013, it was a problem. But now we're stronger than ever. This is my brother. He always been my brother, but I didn't see that. I didn't see that, but now I do. He was telling the truth the whole time. All those guys were telling the truth the whole time. We was being sold out, but I'm hoping this time. What I know this time is going to be a lot different. The membership is a lot better equipped. We're more engaged with each other. Everybody's talking. And Saturday's meeting was a perfect example of how unionism works. And, the E-board is not the union. We are. We're the guts. We're the glory. That's who we are. So we got to stick together. Regardless of what our officials do, we have to stick together, because we have to live by the contract, not them. We live by it, So and I hope what happens Saturday carry over every day. I hope we get more and more, together, more solid. We show that, because the more they see us in that hall together, the more afraid they're going to be, and they know that their time is running out. Because this is it, 16 months. I counted it up, 16 months left. That's all they got left. That's all they got left, because they can't keep doing us like this. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but that's all they got.
I want to say one thing. Their tactics on negotiating have failed us in the past.
Yeah.
They're failing us now.
Yep.
They're not creating unity behind issues that the members can get behind, which is very important. That's the only way you're going to win. If UPS knows that the group of us will stick together on issues together, then we'll win. Because they don't want to strike.
Right.
They want to kind of appease us somewhat. Because they'll find somebody after we get appeased that'll take less. Like they do every day, like they've done down Oregon Avenue, when they decided not to pay time and a half after 5 for working on a preload, their assigned shift. It's a big problem. Wage stuff went on, and Union took a blind eye. How would you like somebody to take a blind eye? The money that should be in your pocket.
Right.
Nobody who our E-board has one job. The one job that they have is to uphold the contract, protect us. That's it. So their position is elected. They're elected by the members. The members are the union. Let's like Rich said, the members are the union. We're the ones who vote to authorize a strike. But to me, it doesn't seem like they're taking it serious. If they was taking it serious the way they did in '97, we would be prepared.
Yeah.
And the question came up on Saturday, and the question came up months ago.
Right.
What are we going to do about a strike? And it was always, it's too early, it's too early. Well, now it's too late.
Yeah.
And then you look at me, and my principal officers look at me and ask me, well, are you saving money?
Right.
Yeah, I've been saving money because I've been preparing for it. And anybody I talk to, I'll tell them. They ask me, do you think we're going to strike? I say I don't know, but I want you to be prepared.
Right.
That preparedness should have been coming from our leadership.
Right.
A true leader prepares his members and the people that's following him to get through anything.
Right.
Or are we prepared? We're not prepared.
No.
I'm going to tell you something. You all see UPS. They're gearing up. They have all these new hires. They have all these new drivers. They've been gearing up since last year.
Yeah.
When have they ever hired from January up until now?
They keep on, yeah.
They've never stopped hiring.
Yeah,
They're
never.
gearing up.
Yeah.
They've always been a step ahead of us. And if you want to be a leader of 3,000 members, then you need to lead them. Don't just sit there and say, I don't know. Because if you don't know, why you there?
Why you there?
Because my thing is, if you ain't got no answers, let's go ahead and meeting in Washington. Let's find out. Somebody got to tell us something. So if you're a leader of 3,000 members, you need to lead them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of people really don't understand what's going on. We reached out to Unity. We reached out to Shanahan. It's not about Hooker. It's not about Zano. And it's not about Shanahan. It's about us getting a fair contract.
Right.
Now, I mean, we need to deal with 2018. 2019, it's election coming up. Or we talking about the contract right now.
Right.
So all this political stuff and it's not really, it's not doing us any justice. And Big Brown like to see us fighting. Full-time Soup told me, he told me, John, I'm glad y'all fighting. It makes life easier for us, and that's sad. I also was talking to somebody at Big Brown. They said, John, why y'all always fighting? I said, because they took our health care. I said, we had Cadillac, UPS health benefit, Cadillac insurance. They told me, John, let me straighten you out. Y'all had Lamborghini insurance. And that really hurts.
Right.
So everybody, we're willing to work with anybody. We done reached out. We done apologized to everybody.
Yeah.
We don't even know what we're apologizing for. We're willing to work with anybody. We're willing to work with Shanahan. I mean, but they don't want to work with us. Everything is a fight.
Right. They didn't even put your
sad.
picture not even
It's
up.
sad.
Your picture ain't even up on the thing. 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know.
That don't make any sense to me. There's something easy as that. Let the people know that, this is our trustee now, But I don't know, man, but down in y'all heart, what do y'all think? Y'all think we gonna go out on strike?
Nobody wants to strike. It does hurt both. But like I said before, sometimes you gotta lose to gain. And like my member just said on there, no more concessions. The only way we will have no more concessions is if we walk the picket line. That's the simplest fact. Because UPS is already putting out what they're going to do. They've already said they're going to have low-cost drivers. They've already said they're going to run on Sundays. And my thing is, you should keep up with the competition.
Yeah.
You want to run on Sundays. But if that's the case, then you pay the people what they should be paid. If you want people to work on them Sundays, then why not hire new full-time? Make full-time jobs to add on to those days and leave the other people that other shifts alone. There is plenty of opportunity for full-time jobs if you want to work a 7th day or a 6th day. So why is this stuff not being negotiated? Do I think we're going to get a good contract? I have no confidence in 4369 Richmond Street and have no confidence in Washington.
Yeah.
And that's just a fact of the matter. 2008 was bad. 2013 is bad. And I don't see nothing that makes me think that 2018 is going to be any different.
Right. You don't think? What you think about? You think we going out?
All right, well, we don't know. No one wants to go on strike. We don't want to go on strike. We just had to let Big Brown know that we're willing to go on strike. Joint Council President 53, Bill Hamilton. Every time he sees me, we have a conversation. He said, "Jump, you have to have an open mind. Amazon is the monster in the room." So I listened to him, and at the end, I said, "My people still vote no." He said, "Jump, you're not having an open mind."
Right.
I am having an open mind. So what happened is we was in Vegas, and Joint Council President 53, Bill Hamilton, gave his proposal for DHL. He fought for his members. DHL got a beautiful contract, raises, more health insurance and everything like that. So even before I heard his proposal that he put out, I asked him, I said, "How come you're not negotiating our contract?" Well, he said, "That's DC call." But I would have felt better if he was negotiating our contract. So what happened is we called him 100 times. We worm. I understand that he only could do but,
Yeah, he
only could do but so much, right?
yeah.
But we want to thank him for everything he done. He is fair. When we call him, he sets a meeting up, and But what happened is we wish Bill Hamilton, Joint Council President 53, was negotiating the UPS contract, because the DHL contract, beautiful, beautiful.
Now, I want to touch on something another member put up. What UPS does, they pretty much do whatever they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
They offer people, new hires, $100 bonus. $100 bonus. So somebody who's been at the company 5 years, 6 years, 7 years are making less than somebody who just started. So that means your seniority means nothing.
Nothing.
So I had one member tell me, I'll be better off quitting and coming back and getting a bonus.
Right.
And the thing is, when you're in a union, what makes us strong is that when you give one, you give it to all.
Right.
So if you want to give one group of people $100, you should give everybody $100. and it's not even all the new hires. They only giving it to certain groups. Like the preload new hires don't get it.
Right.
So if you gonna give anything to anybody, you give it to us all. One union. That means we all get everything. We all get everything.
Right.
So, and from what we heard, a grievance was put in. One was put in last year.
Yeah.
I know Joe's touched on it before about stuff not getting done. From what I know, it's been put in last year and this year. And the year before that, or whatever the case may be. I don't know how long it takes to get the panel, but it shows
Not
in the
long,
snap
players.
place.
Not long. You should have a docket record. Should be on there because when I got my other cases docketed for grievance for supervisors working, Bob was like, "Oh yeah, here's the docket. Can you meet in Crystal Springs?" I was like, "Am I getting paid to go down to Crystal Springs? Because if I spend $500-600 to go down to Crystal Springs and I only come away with $1,800, really, I mean, what am I coming away with? Right? Everybody got that?
Yeah.
So there needs to be a process change. There needs to be transparency. They need to post a docket on the website, make sure people's grievances are getting processed. So there's accountability to the membership for representation. That's what needs to happen.
There is no transparency. We asked that, way in the beginning.
The beginning of
he
negotiations.
said that they were transparent last time.
All right, so Espo, he touched on something. He said that, am I getting paid to go to Silver Springs? Okay, most locals, educational, they send their members. Women's council,
Conference.
women's
Conference,
conference. They got school they got coming up in D.C.
Leadership Academy.
They got Leadership Academy coming up in D.C., right? TNBC coming up August 13th to the 19th, right? Every local is sending some of their members. It's educational. Our local 623 Philadelphia, PA, they don't want to send anybody. And that's not right. We have people that deserve, they want to learn whatever, and they should be sent. But the only people go is the Igbo. And that's not fair to the members.
Right. It's not fair, but that's who we got. That's who we're elected. That's why people got to vote. You got to vote. Your voice is your vote. We can complain. We can come down here and do this radio show every day. We could go out, give you everybody a shirt, everybody flyers, but if you don't vote, it won't mean anything. And that's the key. That's the key to getting a good contract. We got to vote. That's the key of getting better leaders. We got to vote. The key to it all, you got to participate and you got to vote. You got to hold. Not only do you have to hold your e-board accountable, but you have to hold each other accountable too. We all got to get better at that. I got to hold Jumbo accountable. As for they got to hold me accountable. Everybody, because it takes all of us to do this. In order to get a good contract and beat the company, everybody got to work together. Because we can do it. We got the people. We just got to we just got to get out there and do it. It's real simple. Stand up, fight, and you'll get what you want. Look at the teachers. I mean, what they did was outstanding, man. They got together. They said enough was enough. They walked down the street, and now look at them. I mean, that is the best direct representation of what could happen if everybody just works together. I'm quite sure all the teachers didn't like each other. I'm quite sure, man, they felt like, hey, man, I don't want to do this with these guys. But look what happened. They put those differences aside, and look what they did. And we just worked, we deal with boxes. They deal with shaping the minds of our children. And look what they did. Now, if they could do it, I know we can. Because we are the best at what we do. No one does it better. We made UPS, not the other way around. I don't know if you guys know, but if you go back and do your history, James Casey, the founder of UPS, he came to the Teamsters looking for members to help make his company what it is today. The Teamsters didn't go to UPS. They didn't go to them. He came to the Teamsters, and he wanted to make sure that his brand, his family, his company will be great. And the Teamsters make UPS great, not the other way around. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let the managers fool you. Don't let the supervisors, the stockholders. The Teamsters make UPS great. They don't make all that money without us. They don't provide all those services without us. They can't do all those things they do without us. You guys are the most important resource they have. And it's time they understand that. But the only way, we got to work together. You got to work together. You know, we like Jumbo said earlier, we got to stop the fighting. But I think the fighting is going to stop. Within the rank and file. I don't think it's ever going to stop the rank and file. It's too much of a big divide between the leaders and the rank and file right now. It's too large of a gap. They haven't done anything to try to fix it. And that's the thing, they're not even trying to fix it.
How many times have we been down there handing stuff out, right, outside of contract time to get people aware, to get people mobilized, to get people organized on the issues?
None.
That is what you're supposed to do as a union leader. That's it.
Right, and they don't do
Be
that.
simple about it. UPS don't like it? Oh, well,
Right.
you know what? There's a lot of things I don't like UPS does. I don't like when they short members for grievances. I don't like when they short people in their paycheck.
Right.
I don't like when they just abuse us and you know, basically, you get shorted through the process. I proved that online. 10-1 vote said the process was broke.
Yeah.
10-1. Think about that. Everybody here is an honest dues-paying member. Say, hey, listen, I put my grievance in. I want respect for my grievance. Get it processed. You know what I mean? Have some kind of paperwork when you go in there other than the grievance. Show up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Show up. Can't be in agreement doing it all the time, especially some of these drivers that are working 50 hours a week and you want them to go help you out. They're going to help you out if you ain't doing the job. You know what I mean?
Right.
They ain't going to help you out.
Right.
No one's going to come and stick for you together if you don't stick for them.
Right. I agree.
You know what I mean? The part-timers got to help out the drivers and the drivers got to help out the part-timers.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah, we got to help
You
each
got
other.
to get issues together and say, listen, I'll help you here, you help me there. Because the issues are different for drivers and part-timers.
Right.
Totally different. And for the weekend work, just so you guys don't know, part-timers can always drive. Problem is, UPS has got to pay in the right rate, and they don't want to pay. That's the big deal here, the big problem. UPS don't want to pay. Just like they shorted people down Oregon Avenue for years, including myself. So I wouldn't work doubles down Oregon Avenue as part-time. They wouldn't pay me the time and a half at the 5. I was like, nah, good, I'll go home. But I guarantee if I put the grievance in for the seniority violation, nothing would have happened. Because when George had an opportunity to do it, he didn't do it. And I remember that grievance.
All right, we touched on a lot of stuff about the contract and everything like that. But I want to send out this message because, like I said, the members of Local 623 are always going to come first to me. And the message I want to send, if you get injured on the job, please put the injury report in before you leave the building that day. It's too many times the companies say, go home, see how you feel and all that. No, put the injury report in before you leave that day. No matter what time you get injured, the injury report is done on the clock, on company time. If you get sent to the doctor, you are paid your rate for the entire day. Your guaranteed hours are to be paid. So anytime you get hurt, whether it's a scratch, anything, it may not be nothing, maybe something. But no matter what it is, put the injury report in.
All right, look, I want to do, I want you to act like exactly what happened Saturday. Okay. The principal officer.
Right.
So, Richard Hooker, you telling us to vote yes for the strike, all right? Now, are we going to have health insurance while we on strike?
Yes, we would. I called and made sure that we would. I talked to Team Care. I found out that as long as it is an approved strike by the IBT, you will have health insurance.
All right, now, you act like the principal officer now. Principal officer, you asking us to vote yes on the strike. Are we going to have health insurance?
Yes.
No. What was you supposed to get an answer Saturday? What happened Saturday?
Oh, Saturday, he said he didn't know. He said he didn't know. He didn't know anything. He didn't know we was going to have health insurance. He didn't know how much we was going to get paid. He didn't know. He didn't know anything. He didn't know anything.
You know, here's the big problem with that. My wife asked me, if we go on strike,
Yeah.
if we go on strike, are we going to have insurance for the kids? And that's what the problem is.
Right.
Is we may know what the importance of going on
But
strike
he should
is,
know.
but your family,
Right.
All they care about, look, I want you to get the bills paid. I want
Right.
to have health insurance for
Right.
the kids.
Right.
I want to make sure we're healthy. So for him not to have an answer 2 months away, that's a travesty to that position.
And let me interrupt. And for us, I dropped the ball too because I completely forgot about that. When that question was asked, I was like, oh, I dropped the ball. Couldn't answer the question.
Right.
I'm asking you, I'm telling you to vote yes for the strike, but I can't answer
tell you why.
the most important question. Am I going to have health insurance?
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I got caught off guard. So, I mean, I take a hit for that one too.
Right.
But the principal officer, he said we're going to get with DC and them and everything like that, right? We got a website. Why do we have to wait till the next union meeting
To find out,
the
right.
15th of June to find out? When if you was using the website, everybody would know.
Yeah, but that website is bad, though. You seen it?
Well, not only that. Yeah, well, not only that, posted on the union board.
Yeah, so
on down the hub.
Right.
We're going to have health insurance or we're not going to
Right.
have health insurance. That's bad.
But they don't.
That's bad.
They don't care, man. They don't care nothing about us, and they proving that. They keep proving it, day in and day out. IBT, they don't care. You boy, they don't care.
Here's a good question, right? Were they this bad before 2013 when you were loyal to them?
You know what, Espo? I'm gonna be honest. I think really didn't pay attention to it because you had I think the contract we had kind of blinded us from what they were doing because you was getting full raises. The progression wasn't 4 years, and you had the health care. So you was blinded by the stuff that they do on a day-to-day basis. Those things that were in the contract, they only happen every 5 years. But on a day-to-day basis, you didn't see the grievances. You didn't really pay attention to it because we had agreements, me and Clarence, with Joni. We were supposed to get 26 hours penalty apiece or something like that.
It was a grievance that was settled, and
Thunder! 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 Thundercats!
What was the settlement?
Settlement was
3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
And you supposed to got 26?
No, we was going to get 3 hours,
Oh.
right? But the penalty was so long, it was 26-hour penalty and the 3-hour grievance, right?
And you only got
Right.
3 hours.
Only got 3 hours.
Well, yeah, we got 3 hours. We got an extra hour on top. We
Right.
didn't get the extra hour.
Right.
Yeah, but
But we were supposed to get, it was, when you sit back and think about it,
Let's do the math. 2 hours for the actual grievance.
3.
3 hours for the grievance.
Right.
And any penalty money whatsoever.
No, we didn't get any penalty.
no, we got
We got 1 hour out of the 26.
1 hour.
Well,
Think
they
about
said
that
take
now.
the hour and be happy.
Right.
Take the hour and be happy with it. Let me see. I don't know, $26, 26 hours, right?
Right, I know, man.
Times it by 30, people. Come on now, do
But-
the math.
But in another instance where we had the whole Thanksgiving thing. Now check this out.
Yeah, you got to do this.
Now check this out. Now this is real bad. We filed a grievance because they were shorting us Thanksgiving pay. They was
Four and
only
a half.
4.5 hours. They were shorting us 4.5 hours for the Thanksgiving pay, right? So we filed the grievance to get it, and that was in November. We didn't get anything until April. We kept pushing. We talked to the E-board. They with a panel and arbitration and all that other kind of stuff, right? So then it was April. We had a meeting. It was myself, Bagby, George, and Shanahan and Morris, right? So we trying to find out when we gonna get our money. Now, if you add six months, that's a lot of penalty. We ain't get no penalty, and we ain't get nothing.
No,
I'll update my trusted process
No,
and I'll
but
show you how much I'm owed.
tell them what the answer was from Mike Clayton.
Oh, Mike Clayton said, well, at least you got it. At least you got it.
So then, what we have here, UPS, just so we're aware, you need to pay a penalty benefit. Mike Clayton committed wage theft against these two members right here by not paying the appropriate amount.
Right.
Wage theft. Unethical behavior, dischargeable under UPS's policy.
Right.
Get that straight, because you did it to me too, with my 50 cents, more an hour that I should have got my double time during Christmas. When you took it to panel, and then panel said, oh, wait a minute, you're not supposed to get it, but yet we get it every year after that. Wage theft. Where's the local? Where's the ethics inside UPS? Not present. Not present.
Yeah, I think once you, like I said, when you're blinded by loyalty, you really don't pay attention to your responsibility. You really don't, because you just see, I trust these guys, I'm loyal to these guys. Whatever they do, it must be right, because if they wouldn't do it unless it was right. So we thinking, it's right. We were loyal, so we really didn't pay attention. But then, like I said, when something hits you like that, man, that gets you right here, you start looking back at all the things that happened while you were loyal to him, while you was
Like you were loyal and getting
Right.
sold out. That's what the common thing is.
Yeah.
Loyal and sold out.
Right.
That's Unity's,
because a lot of people
track record.
a lot of people don't know this, and I'm gonna say this. And if you got any questions about if I'm lying or not, go ask Harry Brown. He works on Oregon Avenue, right?
Yes, it does.
All right. This was during the Tom Wolf campaign, right? This happened right after the contract passed, and everybody was all up in arms with the contract, insurance. People were upset that the leaders weren't coming down to the building. Everybody was upset. So we was in the office. It was myself, Harry Brown, Joni, George, Shanahan, and Morris, right? We was all sitting down. I said, hey, look, y'all, we got some issues at the airport. What are we going to do to appease the members? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? The members are upset. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? They got all this money. They got to pay for benefits. What are we going to do to right the ship? I ain't say what are y'all going to do. What are we going to do? Joni told me, and I never forget it. She said, tell the membership, pull your pants up, stop crying, at least you're working. And then she said, well, if they got a problem, tell them to go tell Jumbo. You know what I said? I said, if I was Jumbo, I would say you didn't vote for me. And there's nothing I could do. And they looked at me like, and that was the beginning of the separation. Because we paying them and you act like you don't care. You sold us out and you don't care? No. So it just kept going and going. Then you started thinking about certain things, seeing certain things. Like, wow, this can't be who we paying. I didn't sign up for this.
All hard-working teams this year. We go into UPS. We know what we got to do. The question is, does the hall know what they got to do?
They know, but they don't want to do it.
Maybe they don't, because Rob warned me. Listen, I got another one for you, and I'll say his name. Rob warned me. He said this to me. He said, our contract trumps the Fair Labor Standard Act.
Right.
So even if the Fair Labor Standard Act says you get paid more, our contract will prevail and you'll get less. That's exactly what he told me. There's a problem, and that grievance is still outstanding, and that was filed in December.
At the end of the day, we pay dues. We have rights.
Yeah.
Contract needs to be upheld. Contract needs to be negotiated fairly.
Yeah.
No way a company that's making $6 billion should be taking anything back. No concessions.
Right. I agree. But hey, we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. Look like. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed today's edition on WOOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio. Another edition of 623 Lives Matter Radio. We had a good time. Myself, Bagby, Espo, and Jumbo here, and be on the lookout. We have the Poor People's Campaign. They're having their march on starting June 2nd
To the 12th.
to the 12th. Make sure you guys support. They also have a fundraiser on Saturday, May 26th. They're raising some funds for one of the members. We're going to be out there. We're going to help them out. That's what we're all about, man. We got to help. The union has to be more involved with helping the people in the community, because a lot of our members live in these communities that need help. And instead of us taking, we need to learn how to give, because that's the best way to be a leader. You lead by serving, and that's what we got to do a better job at, is serving the members. What we got here?
Give me that information.
Okay, here we go. It's a beef and beer fundraiser at Las Parcelas Garden, 2248 North Pelthrop Avenue Street. Make sure you guys come out and support. And
$8 a ticket.
it's $8 a ticket.
Tell them what it's for.
It's for the oxygen tank for one of our brothers that is one of the lead organizers for the Poor People's Campaign. We want to make sure he gets that before he starts marching up to DC from Kensington, June 2nd to June 12th. Make sure you guys support. You know, we gotta be there for others so others can be there for us in our time of need. Again, if you guys didn't get that ballot for the strike authorization vote, make sure you call the local at 215-289-0580. That's 215-289-0580. Again, you know, this is all about you. We want you guys to make sure that you listen in every Wednesday from 9 to 10. You know, this is what this is all about. We want to make sure that you guys are informed, engaged, and empowered with the information, because we're not getting it from anywhere else. So when we get it, we post it on our website. If you're not a member on our page of 623 Lives Matter, we would prefer you be a local member. That way you can join in and see what's going on in our local. I know I posted up a proposal from the company yesterday, and one of the drivers before I left was happy that we did that, because they're not getting any information from the local. So whatever we can do to help, you know, let us know, and we'll do our best to try to accommodate your needs. And don't forget, this is very important that you vote yes to strike. Yes to strike, because they have to know that we are not playing no games with the company or our leaders. And make sure that you vote, because we need a strong turnout. We don't want it to be close. We need it to be a blowout for the yes side. All right. So again, if you didn't get your ballot, 215-289-0580. That's the Union Hall number. Make sure you call, get your ballot sent out, because they got to get back in by June the 3rd.
June 3rd.
And tell them they want Patricia more when they say, like, whatever.
Yeah, call and ask for Patricia. She's the secretary down there. And also, if your address has changed, call down there and get the right address so they can send it to you. And that's from now on, because we got some things coming up, like this contract that's coming up probably in a couple of months. They're going to send it to your house. You think it's going to be electronic too?
Yeah, it's going to be electronic too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, what happened is they can vote by phone and they can vote by computer.
Right. Yeah, because we showed the letter, because I brought the letter with me. We showed it to everybody. Okay, so we're going to get out of here. We love you guys. We appreciate all that you do for us. Again, thank you, Kelly, for all the work you're doing up there in Small Sword, letting everybody know up there that they got to vote yes for the strike authorization. And everybody that's telling everybody about what we're doing, about this radio station, about the radio show, watching us on Facebook Live. We appreciate it. This is why we do it. And we thank you again. God bless you, and we love you. All right? Bye-bye.